So in this example, we've got a car which was bought brand new for £60,000 and it depreciated in value, so its value went down by 30% in the first year. The value then continued to drop by 15% over the next 3 years, so that's every year for the next 3 years after the first initial year. So how much was it worth at the end of the fourth year? So what we're looking at doing here is decreasing the value here by 30% and then by 15% for 3 further years, and important to notice we have to give our answer to the nearest 1,000. So with most of these it's helpful to just clearly indicate what you're working out. So first of all here we're looking at the value at the end of year 1, and since we always start with an initial amount of 100%, then we're in year 1 anyway, we're taking off 30%, which leaves us with 70% of the value, which of course is 0.7 as a decimal. And that will help us with this calculation because we're going to take our 60,000 here, find out the value at the end of year 1 and multiply it by 0.7. So as we've seen earlier, multiplying by something that's less than 1 gives us a value that's smaller than the one we started with, and that's what we want here because this value is going down, it's depreciating. So keying that into your calculator gives us 42,000. So that's the value of the car after the first year, and then we're looking at the next 3 years after that. So what we're going to work out here is the value at the end of year 4, and if we take our 42,000 at the end of year 1, and this time realise that we've got a 15% drop, so I'll just mark that on over here. You don't need to be writing this 100% minus 15%. There are no marks for doing this, but it can be helpful just so that you're crystal clear on what sort of percentage change is going on. 100 take 15 is 85%, so convert that into a decimal for our calculations, gives us 0.85, and that's what we're going to use over here. So the end of year 1 we were at 42,000. Multiply that by 0.85, that'll take off 15%, but that only does it for 1 year. To deal with the fact that we're doing this for 3 further years, we'll raise our 0.85 to the power 3, and it gives us a value of £25,793.25. We were asked to give our answer to the nearest 1,000, so again, wavy equals sign means approximately, and this to the nearest 1,000, you can see here, is in fact 26,000, and we better not forget the pound sign, that's important because we're talking about money here. So £26,000. And another way of thinking about this rounding is we've now given our answer to the nearest 1,000, which is also the same as rounding it to 2 significant figures in this case. So these are these two significant figures here. So how much is the car worth at the end of the fourth year? It's worth 26,000 to the nearest 1,000.